guys, this is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine. I'm back, guys, with another kid. As the upcoming Buffaloes tournament is hot ahead, I recall a man I met there. He told me about his son briefly before his match started. Who is this man? Oscar Ruiz. And here's his son's interview. They say this young gun out of Louisiana is the next Josh Filler. Could the rumors be true? Well, I guess only time will tell. Let's get to know him, shall we? This is Oscar Ruiz, so let's watch his video. Let me pull this up, guys. This new computer is giving me crap. Here's this video.
Good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have two Oscars in the frame. We have Oscar Jr. and his son, Oscar the Third. Do you guys want to tell which one is which?
I'm the third, I guess. No, I'm the junior.
I'm the third.
Okay. Oscar, how old are you, sir?
I'm 11.
11? How long have you been playing pool?
Ever since I was 6.
Dad, did you see him being natural on the table?
Oh yes, he was ever since I saw him at 6. That's the reason why I was like, okay, well, I can tell that the talent he had. I'm like, okay, so he definitely has what it takes to be a good player, right? So as we went along, and now that he's practiced a lot more, he's gotten a lot better now. I think he has what it takes to be a champion.
I believe you. Oscar, do any of your friends play pool other than your APA friends? Because I hear you're in a league. Is that right?
Yeah, and I do have one particular friend, but he doesn't really. He doesn't play, but he plays as for fun. Like he doesn't really play league, but he just plays, and it's
kind of like me bowling. Then you just
like not competitively, probably.
Yeah, like hanging out and stuff.
Well, that sounds fun. At least you have another buddy that can go with you to some of these places to play. Hopefully, I'll actually get to meet you. Are you guys coming out to Buffaloes at the end of May, Oscar?
Well, no matter of fact, I need to sign up to play it myself. I don't know if the kids are allowed in Buffaloes. I really don't. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't know if you would be able to run him by for a little bit and maybe get some autographs from some of the players or something. I don't know. We'll have to ask. I know you have to be at least 18 to be in the building.
Yes.
But I'm not certain on that. But I look forward to seeing you again, and hopefully I'll get to meet your young gun. I need to come back down to Louisiana is what I need to do. I love it down there. It's such a fantastic – you guys are so nice, and it's such a fantastic place to hang out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have some more questions for you, Oscar. Let's pull this up. What school do you go to currently?
David Thibodeau Student Magnet Academy.
Big shout out down there in Louisiana, guys. Thank you for giving us some champions in the making. What is your Fargo or APA ranking currently?
I'm a 5.
Oscar, what does that compute into Fargo? Do you know?
I can't remember what it is, but it can probably be in like the 380s, 400. Like I said, he just started, and then APA is not like they actually stopped it, after the pandemic and all that stuff.
Oh yes, they took a whole year off, didn't they?
Yes, they took a whole year off, and he started off as a 3. And when the pandemic started, that's when we actually put a lot of work into his game. Okay. And that's when he actually went from being probably from a 3 to a 4, to right now probably to a good 7 right now.
Fantastic. And I heard that you took him down to Meridian, Mississippi. How did he fare in that tournament?
He did really good. I mean, he went 2 and out. He was nervous. It was his first time on a play in a tournament like that.
Right.
Yes, and
it was a bit much. There was probably 120 people there.
Yes, like 125 players they had when
that's
we
not
went.
counting the rest of the people that were hanging out watching.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's a full house down there.
Oh yes, it was actually the experience was awesome. You know, I love the place. The owner was awesome. Joy was great.
I would never recommend anybody anywhere if I didn't like it.
Yeah, Joy is amazing. You know, like I never met him, but you know, he was really well. I mean, he welcomes really nice, and you know, it was a little bit nervous. Like he was nervous about it. I mean, he was 10. Right now, he's 11. And now, you know, for him, it was when he got to the table, you know, I think he felt kind of intimidated by these grown people and all that stuff, you know.
Right. It's a different environment when you're used to being in one place and you're removed and put into another. Even for us adults, we get nervous too. When we go into new places and we don't know anyone except for the person we're with, it's a bit intimidating even for us.
Yes.
Do you feel, Oscar, do you feel like you could do it again and this time you have a little experience under your belt? Do you feel like you could walk back into Meridian and maybe pull off something this next time around?
Yes, I think I'll do better.
I think you could. There's also some other places towards that area that you can actually play in. And as soon as I get all of that information, I'll make sure I get that out to you guys. It's a little bit more of a drive, but South Haven Rec Center puts a monthly split bracket tournament as well. And it's family friendly, so you can bring the entire family in there.
Okay.
Babies, doesn't matter. It is family friendly, and they cater to all ages. So you guys are more than welcome in South Haven Rec Center in South Haven, Mississippi. And that's just south of Memphis. So if you guys are wanting just to travel, and if mom doesn't want to sit inside the pool room the whole time, they have a fantastic outlet center just down the street.
Awesome. Yeah, we would be glad to do that.
All right, let's get on with this one. Do you have a home room that you play pool out of, Oscar?
Yes, we are in it right now.
Okay. What about out in public? His APA, when he was playing APA, Oscar, where were you playing out of, hon?
I was playing out, not sure.
What's the name of the room?
Oh, Emeralds.
Emeralds. And
yes.
That's in Lafayette?
No, it's New Iberia.
New Iberia, Louisiana. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys plug them and tell them, say, hey, I said your name on the podcast. They really like that kind of thing. I love the pool rooms. If we didn't have the pool rooms, none of us would be playing right now.
Oh, yes.
At what age, Oscar, little Oscar, at what age do you remember falling in love with the game? Do you remember watching Dad play?
Yeah, it's ever since ever since I just saw the table and I watched him play and like pick up a stick and start shooting, I just loved it. It looked really satisfying. But then it looked really easy when he did, so I tried it and it kind of looked hard. So, and then that's when I started getting good at it and I really liked it a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Did you notice something like a bridge or just pocketing balls? Was he more interested in it than your daughter was?
Yes, he was. One of the things about it is like my daughter like qualified to go to St. Louis a couple of years. I think it was 2 years ago. And, you know, it was kind of, we was at Emeralds, you know, playing, and it was sad, let me tell you. And that's one of the saddest, stories that I didn't know what to do. Okay. And I actually like, you know, like, me and my wife, we was kind of like kind of want to cry or whatever, because they fought for the finals.
Oh, the kids had to battle it out. Oh, wow, yeah. That's hard to decide.
Yeah, so imagine, like, you know.
It was a win-win situation for the family, but it's hard on the parents because you can't choose a kid.
Exactly. Well, it was hard for them, too, because then he was upset about it. Then my daughter is 13,
Right.
and they really close. They really close. Like these two are really close. So I mean,
usually the girls are more emotional about the whole thing. She doesn't want to hurt little brother's feelings.
yes, and that's what happened. So we get in the car. It was funny because we get in the car, and when we get in the car, he's upset. She's upset because he's upset. I'm upset because she's upset and he's upset. I don't know who to congratulate. I couldn't congratulate my daughter because he's upset.
Right.
And then,
I don't want to make him more upset by saying you did a good job.
yeah, we could, but it was hard because I can't tell her good job, good job,
At
good
least
job,
you
good
took
job.
2 trophies home though. You got a first and a second.
Yes, yes, but she qualified. Only one could qualify. I mean, he still went over there and played like he played like minis and stuff like that over there. Like he still played when we went, took a family vacation, kind of sort of while she went and played, and it was fun. It was awesome.
One thing about Meridian, Mississippi, instead of the high-low bracket that's cut, that is you have the high-low bracket that they normally do. They also have a 6 and under tournament that he could probably play in. He may have to play as a 6+1, but that might be less crazy for him. I recommend you trying to go back over to Joey's place and try it one more time with a 6 and under. The count is just as juicy.
Yes.
Just as high.
Joey, he might remember Joey. I mean, a lot of people remember him. I remember some guy.
You talk, I promise you. It got back up to North Alabama. They did talk about him.
They did?
Oh yeah, they did. They were like, "You remember Oscar, right? You got a photo of him." And I was like, "Let me look through." And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "His son showed up in Meridian." I was like, "Son?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I remember him talking about a child, but I could have sworn he was like 8."
Yeah.
They're like, "No, he's older than that." So the word did get to me, and I'm like, well, maybe the next time he pops down there, somebody will call me and say, "Hey, he's down here. Come check out this kid." But they're worried about the Calcutta. They're not worried about telling me about what kid shows up down there in Meridian.
Yes, I know.
All right, let's see. What is your biggest accomplishment to date right now, little Oscar?
Maybe at least like playing a tournament full of grown-ups and not like being like playing in like a big tournament at least.
So Meridian was probably that was the biggest tournament that you played in, right? Was the Meridian tournament, and that's boy, Dad, you shoved him on in there.
Let me tell you. When we went out there, it was funny because the tournament before, I think a 13-year-old had won it. I can't remember, but it was a 13-year-old that won.
Yeah, that was Jackson. That was my last night kid. Yeah, Jackson won it then.
Okay, so he won it. So when he walks in, they getting ready to do the Calcutta, and they're like, okay, so they watching him play on a 9-foot, and they're like, oh yeah, so he sells for, I don't know, was it $300-400?
Yeah,
like $300-400, and
I didn't go higher than that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Calcutta wasn't as high that time, but I went out there. A couple of people knew me that was there, and I think I went for 500. But the next day we went and did the what's it called? Yes. So I go play and he plays, and then when that happens, he goes for higher than me, and I looked at it and I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And he just thought that was funny, because
how did that make you feel? It made you feel good, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It was actually a pretty good accomplishment. That's one.
See, I mean, come on. That's humble though. That's really humble. I'm proud. You're raising some heck of a kids there. Very humble.
He's always competing with me. He's always competing with me. That's it. If that's what it's bad. The competition between me and him is bad, and on everything,
Well, he's got to learn it from somebody. It might as well be Dad. It may as well. Who is your favorite pool player?
Joshua Filler.
Joshua Filler. I have something that I'm going to send to you in the mail, so I'll get your address after the podcast. Can you tell me why you like Joshua Filler?
Well, one is because he inspired me a little bit and I have his playing style.
Yeah, I watched the video. You do, definitely.
And I really want to be like him.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better representative. He's a very nice gentleman, actually. Yes. Him and his wife, very nice people.
Yeah.
Let's see. What has been your biggest lesson in pool so far? I mean, at 11, there's not a whole lot of history there, but you've been thrown into a big gauntlet. Did you learn anything while you were in Meridian?
Yeah, to keep it together and stay humble, don't worry about too much and stuff like that.
Very, very good. Very good. You're spot on there. What is one tournament you would like to attend and why?
The Moscone Cup, because I think it would be pretty cool to be part of it and compete against Europeans and stuff. It would be pretty cool, and I'd be honored.
I think so. Have you met Jonas? I met him over in Morgan City. Did he come anywhere near you guys while he was down in Louisiana? Jonas Santos?
No.
He's from Spain, and I think he's 19. Very nice kid, and boy, can he play. I'm hoping he will show up in New Orleans so you can meet him. I think he would be a good inspirational figure in your son's life. So if you have a Facebook, or your dad does, or your mom does, look up Jonas Santos. He's out of Ibiza, Spain, and he's a European tour. Fantastic kid. Awesome stroke. He played Shane McMahon for, I can't remember exactly how much, but the kid, every time he broke, he made more than 2 or 3 balls.
Yes.
Monster. He's a monster in the making. So that's one of those kids you would like to talk to and say, hey, what does your practice routine look like? Because he's doing something right if he's traveling from Spain here. So yes. just a little, bird tweeting around letting you know who to talk to.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We have some other things. After high school, do you plan on going to college at all, Oscar? Or have you decided yet? You're still young. You've got a long time for that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure right now. But the most likely is I might not go to college and just stick with pool and stuff. And maybe work with my dad. But right now, I don't really have plans right now. So.
Well, that's cool. You've got plenty of time. Especially at the price tag that colleges are right now. I'm sure Dad wants you to be absolutely sure what you want to do.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we talk about it here and there. We talk about it, and then I'll be like, look, if you do, just make sure that you do the right decision.
Right.
Because it's like you just said, it's very expensive. So, and it's like, I don't know yet. I might not. I might. I don't know. I mean, it's still. I guess it's still early. And being 11.
We were 11. We were just wondering what time the good cartoons come on. We weren't worried.
Yes. Yes. Trust me. Look, if it was up to him, he wouldn't be practicing pool. He wouldn't be. You have no idea how much I push him. Like he does like it, but he still want to do his video games and all that stuff. He still wanna go do it.
Dad, you're embarrassing him.
Well, I mean, am I right? You still like to go and play your video games? I mean,
I was about to ask what other hobbies you have.
Yeah, well, those are the hobbies. Those are the only hobbies. And I do go outside a lot and just chill. So.
Just chill. So, yeah. Do you play football, basketball, tennis?
No.
Chess?
I suck at physical sports.
Well, that's the reason why pool is perfect for you. I was clumsy. I mean, I did play sports. Believe it or not, the Diva played football.
Football, right?
I played football. The actual American football, not soccer. I didn't like chasing the ball, but I loved tackling people. So that was the thing.
You can tell you're probably when you play soccer. You play soccer a little bit.
Yeah.
Play soccer
I was
like
gonna play you too.
See, he played. See, I played a lot. I play different sports. You know, like I did basketball, soccer. So I was trying to get him to play soccer, but he wasn't bad. It's just, I guess he just didn't really get into it. You
not
know?
his thing. But you
Yeah,
like
it was.
video games, right? What kind of video games do you play?
Well, I play Minecraft, and I only play Call of Duty for like 5 seconds because it's not really me. I play Mortal Kombat with my dad
Oh, those
because
are old schools. I mean, you got to love the old schools. You've got to.
both of them.
Well, both of my boys are computer engineers. My oldest one is a computer engineer, and my youngest one is getting a degree in computer engineering. So that's something to think about. And you still get to do computers. So there's a lot goes into making those video games. So just food for thought. I'm always encouraging that extra education.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. Has his grades ever suffered during his practice time or when he's playing APA? Did his grades suffer at all during league?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
I only give him like 3 hours. I mean, he does. There are weeks where we practice every day, and some other week like we take off, 2 to 3 days, and he'll come back or whatever. So it's not like we are doing it like, oh my God, like.
Right, you're not pushing him that much.
Yes, I'm not pushing him that way. I let him do his thing in school. It's as well, and all that stuff. So yeah, we're trying to do a little bit of both.
Well, how did you handle the pressure? I mean, Dad kind of explained it to me that he felt it was a bit much for you. How do you feel you held down the pressure while you were in Meridian?
Well, it's getting better. Like I'm starting to like get used to it because I'm actually starting to go to tournaments and stuff.
Right.
And we're actually making plans right now. I'm actually like trying to stay calm and not like put myself under pressure because I know that's gonna ruin my game. Because sometimes when I'm playing, it feels like there's butterflies in my stomach and I don't really like it. And
We
then
get
that's
that
when
way too.
Yeah.
Adults get that way. I get that way. It almost makes me nauseated. I started chewing gum. I don't know if you guys know who Jonathan Hennessy is. He helped me out a lot when I first started playing. And he told me how to focus, to breathe, because he noticed I was holding my breath when I would shoot, and it was causing issues. I didn't realize it. I had no clue I was doing it. And I would get horrible butterflies before I would play. So I chewed gum, and I started like visualizing there was nobody in the room, because some of these tournaments you can't wear earbuds, and I have an earbud obsession. You can ask your dad. When I was in New Orleans, I walked around with earbuds.
Yes, I remember.
And it's because I get a little bit of, believe it or not, social anxiety, and it's because there's so many people in one room.
Yes,
I notice everything. So when you're playing, you feel like everybody's looking at you.
Yes.
I completely get it. So if you're playing in some of these tournaments, earphones might help in learning to breathe. That was the best advice I think that I got from Hennessy. Breathe.
Yeah. See, I can't. I try that. I can't play with music like it I feel like no. I try that, and then I feel like the music is taking my concentration from the game. But then we all different, because
right, we're all different. Me, yes. I listen to classical music when I play pool.
So it calms you down.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very soothing, because he's like, find something that you like and stick with it. So little Oscar, that's just food for thought. Maybe a little bit of really boring music. And what that does is it tunes out everything else, and you're learning to relax.
Okay.
Just a food for thought.
It takes away like thoughts out of the game, and it makes you calm down. So I would actually understand. But right now, all I'm doing is just breathing and just breathe. I don't really like like put headphones or earphones or
But you
AirPods
can't
on.
take them everywhere either. Some of these bigger
Yeah.
tournaments, they won't let you have them. So that's a good thing to do, is to get used to not wearing them. Nick DeLeon, my co-host on my regular show, he doesn't use earphones. He said he doesn't like them. He said that it messes with, he said, I want to be able to perform naturally.
Yes.
So he doesn't use them. He said, I've had to train myself. So maybe I can get some advice from Nick for you.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, I spoke to when I was in Vegas a couple of weeks ago for the 10 ball. I spoke to Alex Kazakis.
Oh,
Okay.
a phenomenal, amazing man.
Oh yeah, he's hey, look, I was right next to him and it's like, hey Alex, how you doing? Blah blah blah. And me, I'll talk to anybody. I talk to the
Right.
wall, So me and him started talking, and I sent him. I actually show him a video. I got a video of him 43 minutes,
Mhm.
and he started telling me, he's like, man, it's like, what's his name? There was two people that told me, what's his name? So I told him Oscar Ruiz, because it's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna follow him because I'm gonna be seeing him. I'm gonna be seeing him here soon. So, but I asked him. I said, look, what's the next step? Okay, because I could have asked. I think I could have probably gone pro, but because of them and having to work and all that stuff, pool takes a lot of you, time
If
and
it
stuff like that.
wasn't
So
for Nick's amazing wife, he wouldn't be able to be doing what he's doing right now. It really does. It takes a very strong family unit to produce one pro player. So you're
yeah,
absolutely right. It sometimes in a household it takes both parents. So,
yeah,
as long as he's wanting it, he's going to get the support from the Europeans and from the American players and from the Latin players. I mean, we love our junior players. It's just getting them out there so people know who they are. So, you guys, there's not a lot of you, Oscar, even though you might think there's a bunch of kids that play pool really well. There really isn't that many. So you're very blessed to have the talent that you have. And you're getting on a podcast with a crazy blonde lady. So that's pretty cool too.
Okay.
Let's see. So in 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Well, being a pro, that's one thing maybe. If not, then at least being good at the game. Just like okay. Like I want to be pro, and if not, then I'll be someone a little less than pro because I want to be at least good at the game. I don't want to stay
We're
where I am.
looking at shortstop status then, like a 700 Fargo.
Yeah, maybe if not pro, then yeah, that.
I think you'll get whatever you want to. It's all about what you want up here. If you can do this and this and put them together, you're unstoppable. Unstoppable. You currently have a practice regime. I do have a video of Oscar playing. I will play that in just a second, and then he will give you his thoughts on what he was doing at that moment. But we're going to ask him the question first, and then I'll show you guys the video. Do you have a current practice regime that you do when Dad says, "Hey, it's time to practice"? Do you have a way that you do it every time, or you just shake it up?
I do it almost every time. I'll hit put 5 balls on the table, hit them, and then maybe we'll play a race to 18, see who can win, and do it each day. And if not, then I'll just keep doing drills until maybe, and then do a small race because we always do a race. It could be a race 5 or 7, 18, but we'll always just do a race. It wouldn't really matter.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just.
So your practice is more competitive. You want to get up there and do something. He feels like you're feeling like you're accomplishing something if there's an actual match.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that works better. Okay. Each kid is different. Everybody practices differently. Very interesting. Do you have a favorite game that you play?
I'll say 9 ball.
Yeah, I'll say 9 ball.
Have you played any one pocket or banks?
No.
Banks.
I play banks. Yeah.
He played banks. We play banks. Yeah.
I'm really good at banks.
He's very good at banks. Yes.
Nice. Let's see. What about snooker? Have you tried snooker at all? Do you guys
No.
even have a snooker table in Louisiana?
No. No, all we have over here is like 7 foots and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, okay, in your area.
See,
So you'd have to
so
travel
like,
buffs to play on a 9-footer, wouldn't you? Or do you have
oh,
one in that area?
yeah, well, I mean, I got friends that have them, and no matter of fact, like, he doesn't like the 7 foots. He loves the 9 foots.
Is it
Like,
because it's too crowded for you, Oscar? You like to be able to let your stroke out on a 9-foot?
yes,
And the 7 foot is way too small.
Well,
the
you're
7
kind
foot.
of small for your age.
Yeah, well, look, let me tell you, if I was to send you a video when he was 10 and now that he's 11, you can definitely tell the difference that he grew
A
quite
foot.
a bit in a year,
A
you know?
foot. I bet mom's going, oh my gosh, shoes. It seemed like I was buying shoes every other month for my
Yeah,
kids once they hit a
yeah.
certain age.
Well, I'm going through that right now, so.
I feel for you. I feel for you. Let's see. If you had any advice to give to some of these new kids, I'm going to ask you this and then we're going to run your video. If you had any advice you could give to newcomers, say a 6-year-old that picked up a cue and he brought it to you and said, will you show me how to play this? Do you have any advice for those kids?
Yes,
You have kids
I'd just be simple and just say stay humble and like keep calm and don't like freak out or like try not to make mistakes, but as you're making mistakes, learn from them. Learn from your mistakes. That's it.
Fantastic advice. Love it. Boy, you guys are doing something good over in Louisiana. I love that. I love that answer. Absolutely love that answer.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let me pull up that video of you practicing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Oscar Ruiz practicing, and then he's going to tell us what he was thinking during that practice time if he can remember.
Yeah.
Oh, that was adorable. So what were you thinking? Did you know you were going to scratch in the side like that? Did you see that coming?
No.
You
No,
didn't?
no.
So what were you thinking when you hit that? Do you remember what was on your mind when you made that last ball? I mean, your dad knows exactly what you did, and we'll let Dad explain after your answer.
Well, I was like, do not miss this shot or you're going to blow it. And so, like, I just breathed, but I did not think of the scratch. I totally ignored that, and I kind of regret that. But, like, I just, like, took my time, looked at the angle, and just shot it, and that's about it.
He does look like a natural on that table. Oscar, what was it that he did wrong on that last ball?
Well, I think that he's thinking about it too much. You know, he knew we needed a video, okay, and a short video like this. And he knew what I was, you know, what we needed for. And that's the problem with him is that when he gets too tense, okay, so if you see him on that table, knowing that
Any other day of the week, he's not missing that ball.
Oh yes, he'll run that table, and then, you know, he's not worried about it. So that's one of the main things that right now that we're trying to work on is to teach him how to become, you know, to control that those those feelings and
Be
all that stuff.
oblivious to everything around him except for the table. For
Yes.
11 years old, little Oscar, that's pretty sporty, sir. I mean, a lot of kids don't have any concentration at all. So any criticism that you get in one ear and out the other, just keep practicing.
Okay.
That's what I tell them.
You're well on your way. Listen to Dad. If anybody's going to be a champion for you, it's your parents. And they believe in you, or they wouldn't have contacted me. Actually, you got volunteered. There were several people that said your name on that little feed.
Yes, well, everybody, look, a lot of people when they see him, I mean, I have another friend over here that, like I'll go out there and we we'll go out there and gamble a little bit like doubles or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And he'll play with another 7 against 2 7s, strong players. And they'll beat 2 7s. Him being 11, playing with another 7, they'll beat 2 7s. Playing 8 ball, 9 ball, whatever. It's just the way. And see that table that he's playing on right now. Mm-hmm. That's actually at 8-foot shem packets. It's only 4 1/4 deep shells.
Wow.
So this is a very difficult table to play on. It seems he makes it
and
seem
you're making balls like they're
like nothing.
Pockets. Yes, like they're buckets.
They're
that's cool. That's very
4 1/4, 4 1/4 deep shells. So I mean, it's when I tell you it's a difficult table, it's very like a lot of friends that I have don't like the table because of how difficult I have it. I have it originally. I did it for me, okay, because I do a lot of pool. I play a lot of pool.
Right.
Well, he started hating it at the beginning, but now he doesn't even think about it no more.
Right. You could probably run through a valley table asleep, little Oscar.
Well, I talked to him one time.
They're so big.
Well, we was playing that when we played 2 7s. He played with my friend against 2 7s. As soon as it was done and on our way back home, I said, he's like, Daddy, as soon as you get on the car, he's like, Daddy, I don't like that table. He's like, I said, what do you mean? You play phenomenal on it. What happened? It's too easy to play on.
Oh.
That's it. And then I really don't know. And I told him, I said, were you trying to be actually cocky about that? Was that a cocky comment, or you actually, no, seriously, I feel like I don't have a challenge. So I thought he was, like being, I said, because I always tell me you got to be humble,
right.
And then he's learned to become, but
well, it's good that you're wanting more of a challenge. I commend you for that. I mean, a lot of people would rather play on a better table so that they feel like they're getting there, almost like you're not wasting your time. You're actually getting something out of it. So that's really good. I really like that. I really do. Do you feel that the junior players, little Oscar, are getting the recognition and the attention that they deserve and that they need, or do you think that the media and the tournament directors are not giving you guys enough tournaments? What do you feel like? I mean, I want to hear what you guys want. In order for the adults to do something for you guys, we need to hear you speak. What would you like to see come out from us, the media and tournaments directors and venues?
No, everything's pretty good. I think they're getting everything they want. I think they're doing pretty good right now. Like, those kids, they're having fun. And I think that if you at least have fun, it's at least worth it.
Okay.
Like, you don't really need anything but just have fun. You don't need to be stressed out or get mad at everything. So I just think they're doing pretty good.
Okay.
And each year they would have a little tournament, and I think that would actually benefit all of them to get that experience that they need.
Okay. So maybe if we brought a little more tournaments out, then maybe the kids get a little more exposure, and then we can get some more kids on these JIC tours.
Yes.
I mean, that's what Dad was saying to me earlier was you guys, he doesn't feel like all the kids are prepared for that big event. Some of these kids are sleeping during the middle of the events because they're not used to it. It's a grind.
Yeah. Yes. Well, they have over here, they have no matter of fact, this session they had like 52 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a big group of kids.
yes, they had quite a few. And like I said, thank you. Thanks to Mr. Keith from Emeralds, Keith Hewlon. He is able to provide a back room for the kids to play on Sunday. You know, that's pretty much the only place that we can play on over here. You know,
Within
like
so
the kids
many
can play.
miles, is there anything further out?
Not really, not in Louisiana. I mean, we in Lafayette, Louisiana,
Mhm.
and I mean, there is nothing. I mean, I look, and there is nothing. No matter of fact, we went to this place out of Hammond. It's called Shooters.
Okay.
We went a couple of months back, and they were actually allowing kids, and he went and played a tournament, 8-ball tournament,
Awesome.
and then let me tell you, everybody was surprised because when he plays adults, it's actually when he plays like he focuses more on the game, like he plays more, you know, like you can tell. So
Is it the challenge, little Oscar, that you know you have to be better than the adult? So you
Yeah.
like that feeling, even though it gives you butterflies. You kind of like that feeling.
When
Okay.
they beat me, I don't really get sad. I was like, okay, I just gotta
need
get
to play
better, and I'll beat it next time.
yes.
I like that's the way I feel with my dad.
Mhm.
Maybe he's wanting to beat you.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I told him, I said, honestly, he's gonna be. Well, I'm like close to a 600 Fargo right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm 600, like a 600 Fargo, I think, and you know, I told him, I said, look, you have what it takes to be better than me because of the way he shoots. I mean, he shoots so straight, and that's exactly what I told him how to shoot, how to. I mean, ever since he was a kid, I showed him how to stand. I showed him how to how to shoot, how to make sure that cue's straight, that back arm is straight. You know,
Right.
how to use your wrist, loosen up at wrist, and everything that I showed him, you know, it's perfect. Like I didn't have nobody,
Right.
you know, teaching me that. You know, like I'm originally from Honduras, okay, and I grew up playing over there, and then pool over there is different than over here. You know,
Right.
as you can see, we don't really have any big name pros from Honduras.
Right.
Although they have really good players, but you don't see one
No,
like let's
you
say like
hear about Peru. There's a lot of
yeah,
people in Peru.
yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like Christopher Perez.
Mhm.
He just got second on that big tournament, which, you know, he's an amazing player. You know, we don't have anything that we know of over there. So there is good people, good players, you know, it's just different games that
Right.
we play over there. And then they're not able to, you know, leave the country I live the country that come over here. They're always, you know, they're always out there just doing their own thing. Kind of like the Philippines, but at least some of them they do come over here, you know. So I told him, I said, look, if you're gonna learn how to play, learn it, but learn it the right way. And I don't want you to be me. I want you to be better than me. Okay.
And
So
you do play well, Oscar. You do. And I commend you for your humbleness. And I really appreciate you doing this for us tonight because your dad is very proud of you, and so is your mother. And,
Thank you.
you know, a lot of people don't get an opportunity like what you've been handed. And when you have a gift, it's going to keep yelling at you until you use it. It's been yelling at me for years. It's like, you have the gift of gab. This is what you need to be doing with your life. So here I am.
yeah.
But I love pool, and I love to watch the kids smile. And my mission in life is to make sure that you guys get the recognition that you deserve. And boy, you're well on your way to being Josh Filler. You are. Your dad is your number one champion. Okay.
Thank
Even
you.
though he might embarrass you sometimes. Honestly, that's part of being parents. We're supposed to. We get a little note attached to you guys on your feet that says we're allowed to make fun of you until you die.
Okay.
He's like, oh no.
Oh, he makes fun of me too. Don't look. Yeah,
Don't let the baby face fool me, huh? Well,
yes.
I hope I get to meet you. The next time I get down to Louisiana, I'll see how long I'm able to stay down there, and then I'll come by Emeralds. You said Emeralds, and
Yeah.
check it out down there. Okay. And then
Okay.
maybe I can get some live video and we can sit down and chat again. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, and you good luck, young man. And I hope to see you back in Meridian. You guys send me a message and let me know when you're back over in Meridian. I'll try to make the trip. It's a little further for me to get to Louisiana, and it's only 4 hours to Meridian, so it's a little closer for me. So next time you guys are down there, you let me know, and I'll get in touch with you about that address because I have something special for your young gun over there. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. We'll definitely let you know, okay?
All right. Well, you guys have a great evening and good luck with everything, and we'll chat soon. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Oscar. Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much, guys.
Bye.
That was Oscar Ruiz and his young gun, Oscar the Third. Well, this kid has been playing for only, for a few years, but only tournament-wise for the past year. You know, with the lockdown, a lot of these kids didn't got the opportunity to be socialized in an environment like tournaments in general. So when you see these kids out here putting their cues together and chalking up, you know, walk over and shake their hand and say, you know, I commend you for being out here and having the guts to play against grown men, because a lot of kids are just as terrified to get out there just to walk through the door. And it takes some adults to make sure that they're being led in the proper direction. So you guys make sure you're doing that for these young kids. Well, a big shout out to our sponsor tonight, which is PMP Clothing. PMP Clothing, they're the brand that gives back. They, for every t-shirt sold, guys, they give $5 to the hungry for whatever they're needing, you know, food wise and whatnot. Also, Enterprise Car Rentals. Enterprise is the car of choice that the Diva uses when she goes to some of these tournaments. I'll be driving down the road in one going to Buffalo's in May. So there is a discount for all of our pool players. When you guys get off a plane and you're needing a car, contact myself, Nick DeLeon, or just look on my fan page and you'll be able to see the link. It'll be provided for you. There's also a link provided in the description at the bottom of the podcast. So you guys make sure you check that out when you're needing a car rental. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight. It's been real. And you guys make sure that you're voting for these kids. They are out here competing for a giveaway from Mary Tam herself with PMP Clothing Company. So there will be just a few of them. Oscars and the podcast from last night, those kids will be put in the dish for next month with Pure Breed Clothing. So we appreciate you guys for sponsoring us and making sure these kids are being dressed to success. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again next week. Or maybe tomorrow. It just depends. The Diva's always up to something. So you guys stay tuned. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to run Oscar's little promo one more time. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time.